Iain from RTO. Welcome to another new album ranking. If you'd watched the Nazareth, you'd see my eye was watering. I've managed to sort it out, but I've put the patch on, so I'm doubly up today. I don't know what's wrong with it today, but hey ho. So, let's go to a new album, and it is the new album from Alanis Morissette, The Storm Before the Calm. This is her 10th album, and it was released on the 17th of June, and it is described as a meditation album. The ambient project was co-written and produced with Dave Harrington, who's also known for his work with music duo Darkside. The album is hosted on streaming services and a meditation app, Calm. Now, I like ambient and sort of calm music. So let's have a look at this album. The first track on it is called the Lightworker's Lament. This is 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Unfortunately, if it wasn't for the little bit of drum beat, this would be really... It is proper meditation music. It's not something you can put... I just struggled with this. It didn't calm me at all, actually. I just found it a little bit dull, in all honesty. Second track is called Heart, Power of the Soft Heart. This is 7 minutes long. It's too long, but there are little bits in it that are really good. There's a bit halfway through where it sort of changes tempo a little bit, but I did struggle with it again. Even for meditation music, even I just don't get this at all. This is difficult. Next track is called Explore the Other Side of Stillness. This is 12 minutes long. It's very long, it meanders, but there's a middle piece that the ambient voice textures of Alanis are amazing. That goes on for about 3 or 4 minutes. I think that should have just stayed as it is. That 3 or 4 minutes. But everything else around it, to me, is boring. Yeah. Unfortunately. Next track, Space, Paws on Violence. Again, this is a 12-minute piece. Again, I just found this far too long. Although halfway through, about 3/4 of the way through this and towards the end, it's got some nice guitar textures. It really is. I mean, I think it's about 4 minutes of this. It's really, really good again. But everything else around it is just noises. There's no structure. It's just a noise. Ambient noises. Purification. The Alchemical Crunch. 9 minutes. This one is. Again, there's little bits towards. There's a bit at the beginning that's pretty nice ambient sounds, and then in the middle of it, it's okay, and then at the end of it, it's like a track that doesn't know when to stop. It's like being on that roundabout and you just can't get off it. Then we get Restore, Calling Generation. Another track that's 9 minutes, and it's out of that 9 minutes, there's about 4 minutes that are actually good. I mean, I love ambient music, but I'm struggling here. It's just meandering noises. Let me get Awakening, In Between Thoughts. There's not much to say about this. I have struggled. I mean, I've listened to this album, 3 times? it's just constant noises, and some of the vocal little structures are all right, but it doesn't. There's no cohesion. There's no continuity. It's just random noises. Then we get Ground. I Want to Live. Now this one isn't too bad. It's got a nice beat to it, and it sort of builds up a bit. It's got a little bit more oomph. There's a bit of structure to this. It's one of the better songs on this album. Safety, Empath in Paradise. Apart from the last 3 or 4 minutes, which are pretty good. Again, it's got a nice tempo. It's got the ambient sound on it is pretty cool. But up until the last 3 or 4 minutes, the rest of it is a little bit dull. And then we get a track called Mania, Resting in the Fire. This is the best track on the album. It's got lots of atmosphere, mystery, got a little bit of guitar, which is pretty cool and really adds to this track. It is the best track on the album. The timing's perfect, but there's a lot of things going on that gives it structure. And then we get the last track, Vapor, amplified in Stillness. All this is a constant thing on the keyboard with nothing really else going on. I didn't like that track at all. It was a little bit monotonous. I mean, it's the total length of this album is 106 minutes. When I realised that this album was an ambient album, I thought, oh, I'm sure she'll do a really good thing on this, because she's got a great voice and she can have fun with it. It's just too long. But on each track there are little bits of genius. I'll give it that. I think it should have been cut this down to about 35-40 minutes of the best bits. I sort of worked it out which are the best bits, and it came to about 36 minutes, adding everything up. I mean, yes, I did go through the tracks and then just timed all the bits that I liked, and I found out the 106 minutes is about 35 minutes actually that are really, really good. I don't know if I'll ever listen to this again, in all honesty. And if I was to do a re-ranking of the Alanis Morissette albums, this would be at the bottom. That'd be number 10. I don't know what I just don't understand why someone of this structure would do an ambient album this long. I mean, if you're into your meditation, I get it, but if you wanted to do this, just put it straight to stream. Don't release it as an album. And unfortunately, I'm not that keen on it. But what I do like, the 30 minutes of music that I do like off it are really good. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10 for this one. Probably the lowest mark I've ever given on a new album. I feel a bit guilty giving it such a low mark and giving it a bit of a panning. But unfortunately, now and again there are albums that come out that you go, oh dear. But hey ho, I'd like to say your thoughts on this as well. I've put a few tracks in the playlist. There's not much because it is a bit, it is monotonous. So go and have a listen if you want, and just put your comments about this album. Okay, that's all for this week. Going to sort this eye out. It's really getting on my nerves today. So we'll be back on Monday. and it's 4th of July, and can't believe we're in July. I'm looking at the list. First band we got on album ranking off is sort of a viewer's request, and it's something that I said I'd do after listening to their new album when we're doing Tears for Fears. And then the classic album next week is a real classic from a young lady that was taken from us far too early, and it's the brilliant Back to Black from Miss Amy Winehouse. So have a great weekend, lots going on, British Grand Prix, some cricket, Wimbledon, so if you're a sports fan it'll be a good weekend. If not, just enjoy your weekend, and bye for now.